BTS news today. A shocking revelation has once again shaken the hearts of BTS fans when a rare confession from Jungkook, the golden magne who has always been known for his boundless energy, suddenly surfaced in public. But this time, it was not just another story about music, stages, or the big dreams he usually shares with ARMY. Instead, it was something far more personal, deeper, and almost never spoken of throughout his years of career. A painful confession, one that involved Park Jimin, the irreplaceable figure of a friend, a brother, and a fellow performer. That night, the atmosphere felt different when Jungkook started his live stream. There were no bursts of laughter, no light jokes he usually made to ease the mood. He just sat quietly in front of the camera, sometimes lowering his head, sometimes clutching tightly at the glass in his hand, as if trying to gather the courage to say something heavy. ARMY watching at that moment might not have expected that they were about to witness one of Jungkook's most honest, emotional, and painful confessions since he debuted as a teenager. All this time, "There's something I've kept to myself," he said hoarsely. "Something I've always regretted, and it's about Jimin Hyun." Those words instantly made millions of hearts skip a beat. Hearing Jimin's name mentioned in such a tone of regret flooded the screen with thousands of comments, fans asking what really happened. Jungkook let out a deep sigh, staring blankly at the camera, then continued in a faint voice. "I know I often seem strong, cheerful, even sometimes too nonchalant. But there are so many moments where I failed as a younger brother, failed as a friend, failed as someone who should have been by Jimin's side when he needed me. I still remember clearly when he cried silently, and I pretended not to notice. I still remember when he struggled alone with his pain, while I was too busy with myself. That's something that still haunts me to this day." The confession felt like a wound reopening, not only for Jungkook, but also for fans who know how deep their friendship runs. Since debut, Jimin and Jungkook have always been described as close. They weren't just colleagues, but friends who endured the harsh life of trainees together, supported each other on stage, and shared the same dreams. Yet behind all the smiles caught on camera, there was a darker side that had remained hidden. Jungkook then spoke about their early career struggles, about how Jimin often felt not good enough, how he constantly blamed himself for even the smallest mistakes, how he fought so hard to always appear perfect in the public eye. "I knew he was exhausted," Jungkook said with glassy eyes. "I knew he needed someone to tell him you're enough, Hyun. But I was too afraid to say it. I stayed silent. And it's that silence I'll always regret." Tears began to fall, and for the first time, ARMY saw a side of Jungkook so fragile, so different from the strong image he usually displayed. He even covered his face with his hand, trying to hold back sobs, before finally speaking again. "I don't want you to misunderstand. Jimin Hyun and I are very close. We're like family. But that's exactly why my regret feels even heavier. I feel I should have protected him more, but I failed." The story made many fans cry along. Some recalled moments when Jimin himself once opened up about his struggles with self-doubt, about how difficult it was to keep smiling in front of the camera when his heart was hurting. Their bond had always seemed sweet and full of laughter, but behind the scenes, there was an inner battle the public never fully knew. And that night, Jungkook revealed one of the most vulnerable sides of their friendship. "Hyun was always the first to come to me, whether I was tired, sick, or even when I felt alone. But me, I wasn't always the first to come to him. That's the most painful part. That's what makes me feel guilty to this day," Jungkook admitted with a breaking voice. This confession left many wondering if there was a particular moment that became the peak of Jungkook's regret. Some ARMY speculated it was related to the period when Jimin's health declined, or when he cried on stage while Jungkook didn't seem to console him much in front of the cameras. Others believed it could be tied to private moments only the two of them knew. Whatever the exact reason, one thing was clear. Jungkook's regret ran so deep that he could no longer keep it to himself. That night, a live stream that was supposed to be a casual meeting with fans turned into a confessional space. Jungkook seemed to release a burden he had carried for years, though at a heavy price, exposing a wound in front of millions of eyes. Yet at the same time, the confession also showed how genuine their friendship truly is. That his regret was born out of immense love, from a bond that cannot be broken by anything.